Essenes were known healers is that they had a oneness with these, like the four elements, for example, that they could command them to be used for healing or whatever they needed psychically. And what's interesting is my personal theory is this is how Jesus performed his miracles. He walks on water in one of the miracles. There's the famous miracle where there's a blind man and Jesus spits into the mud and creates some mud with his saliva and rubs it on the man's eyes and then says, go wash in the pool of Siloam. And he does, and his eyes are opened. And you see what Jesus was probably doing there was using his saliva, angel of water. It's passing through the angel of air, hitting the angel of earth. Angel of sunlight is shining upon it. So he's mixing the four elements and he has command over them because of his communion with them. And he probably rubbed them on the man's eyes and psychically told them to heal his vision. And so he has to go on a 15-minute walk to this pool. And by the time he gets there, the miracle had been performed. So, it's very interesting to think about these Essene teachings with how Jesus did these miracles, but the Essenes were known healers. They were called the Therapeutai in Greek, which means healers. And Josephus, Pliny, Philo all wrote about how people would come from far and wide to get healed by the Essenes in the Qumran Valley because they were known for this. And what's also cool is that the kings and rulers from all the lands really respected the Essenes because these people lived with no money. So they were no threat to any king. They had no army. It said they made no shields, no breastplates, no arrows, no bows, no swords. No weapon could be found amongst them. They had no money because they believed that poverty or great wealth was a deviation from natural law. And they just kept to themselves and practiced communing with God in purity, and they healed everyone who came to them. So it's like kind of hard to hate those people, right? They're no threat and they just want to help. And so these kings would actually speak very highly of the Essenes and would even send for Essenes to come to their, palaces and whatnot if they were sick sometimes. And the Essenes would do that. So they had a very friendly relationship with the surrounding nations because their reputation kind of spoke for itself.
You're talking about the process of elemental alchemization, of living in right relationship essentially with the earth to purify yourself, to become a vessel, I suppose, worthy of receiving the power of that divinity. Right.
The whole idea is like, if you can't even take care of the physical vessel you were given, why should you be allowed or able to purify your spiritual vessel? First earth, then heaven. We've been given this order by the Creator to master certain levels of creation in that order, just like grades in school or something. And so to totally ignore the physical body and your relationship with the earth and just try to ascend up in consciousness or something would be like a first grader trying to get into 8th grade.